battling with a very interesting idea. You're not everyone's cup of tea. I started getting into music quite recently, and you guys already know that I'm a creative person. So of course I decided to explore that side of myself, and I never really thought that it would lead me down this path. And music has been a very interesting way of opening up my eyes to different facets of life and things about myself that I didn't even know existed. Because over the last few months, I have been performing. I have been, if you don't know, I'm a singer. I love singing. I've been singing my life. I was a professional shower singer, and then I transitioned to being a professional singer, quote unquote, patent pending. Just over a few, like 6-7 months ago, and I've been exploring that side of myself with performing, being part of the writing process, making music, helping people perform their music, and it's been an incredible journey. And I also have my personal music that is in development and is in production and is coming out soon. And generally, I think music has been one of the most interesting sides of exploring myself creatively in the way that it has manifested itself, because it's taught me so many things in the very little time that I have been doing it. Quite recently, I have been battling with a very interesting idea that is generally a tough pill to swallow for, I think, anyone on earth. It doesn't matter what you do, but whether you're creative, whether you work in finance or in business or art, any type of person, is that you're not everyone's cup of tea. And that was a tough pill for me to swallow, because I did not think that it really mattered, because I always heard the statement, yeah, you're not everyone's cup of tea. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with that. But I think being in the space that I'm in right now, with the way that my life drastically changed in the last 8 months, it really began to show that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And it took me down a weirdly dark path. So let me tell you a story. I've had an online presence for a really long time, in whatever way that showed itself, because from being a really young kid, I always loved creating stuff. I always loved being on a platform. I always loved sharing my craft. I always loved making videos, and that obviously stemmed into me being an online personality. So whether it was Musically or TikTok or YouTube or Spotify, I was everywhere. Because the truth of the matter is, you guys, you know me as Benjie T, you know me as Reactaholic, you know me as Talani, the musician, for all of you guys who know me as Talani. You guys also know me as the Groove Teenager. And then you guys also know me as the person who is the host of the MYF podcast. And you have probably seen me on TV, on other people's channels, or performing on other people's songs, or performing at different places. And the truth of the matter is, you guys have seen me and you know me as all these different people. And those are personas that I subconsciously praised, so that you could like me for the person that you think I am and not for the person that I actually am. And a friend of mine recently helped me see this. It was in such a funny way too. We're not gonna get into all the details, but she helped me realize that when you have a persona up that you portray to other people, they don't actually get to know the real you. And I was like, what? like, that's still me though. And it was like, no, that's not you. That's a version of you that I'm seeing. That's not actually. And I was like, dang, that's so true. And it took me down a weird depressive path. And I went into this horrible creative rut. It was multiple things. I was in a creative rut. I was tired. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't sleeping well. I stopped liking what I was doing. The musical projects that I was doing. By the way, music is dropping soon, and you guys should be very excited about that. Shameless self-promo. All the things that I was doing, I stopped liking them. I stopped caring about being in class. I stopped caring about going to school. I stopped caring about so many different things. And I realized that I was in a very bad place because I was burnt out. And that was the reality of it. And I remember a few years ago, someone once told me that depression is your body needing deep rest from playing the persona or the character that it's played for so long. And that understanding of it was so profound. And I realized that I had the knowledge, but I didn't have the wisdom, because knowledge is accumulated information while wisdom is applied information. So I knew what depression was, and I knew it was, if I keep having this persona and I keep portraying this one specific person to so many people, that's not actually me, or is me to some extent, but altered, then I'm going to get so tired of being, because the truth of the matter is no one actually knows who I am. And it hit me like a bag of bricks. And it was crazy because I did not even realize that. And I had to get to the root cause of, why do I portray this person so that people can actually see me that way, and that's the only way that they're going to see me. And it's one, because of the human condition, the human conditional fear that people are not always going to like us for who we actually are. And the truth of the matter is, Talani, Reactaholic, Groove Teenager, Benjie T, the host of the MIF podcast, the host of the Groove Teenager podcast, all the different people that you know or other people might know is Benjie, but it's not actually Benjie. And I wanted to come on here and address this because it's true. And because I know I'm not the only person who's experienced this in their life before. Because, as I said before, you're not everybody's cup of tea. And that's a hard pill to swallow. But I want you to understand this, because we are all going through it. And it doesn't have to be something that we go through alone. And I want you to get that you're not alone in this. So once I realized all these different things, I had to confront myself about it. And it's been a very interesting journey. So there was a catalyst to this. So recently, somebody once told me about someone else who doesn't mess with me. And I was like, interesting. It was very random, because I don't even speak to this person much. And I was really trying to, I got into my head thinking about why this person wouldn't want to be around me, or would think I'm obnoxious or annoying, all these different type of things. And I realized that they were basing all of this knowledge off of a persona that I portrayed, thinking that they would like that one, but they actually didn't. Dang, because you know that thing of where you try to make people like you, so you change yourself. That's exactly what I was doing. And in my mind, initially, my initial reaction to that, when I was told, I was like, you don't like me? That's okay. I like myself. I realized that it bothered me more than I actually cared to admit. And it led me down this whole rabbit hole of, okay, if this one person doesn't, how many other people don't? And am I playing this game wrong? And then I was like, oh my God, you think that this whole life thing is playing a game. And the way that you're living this is you are portraying yourself as one person, but that's not who you actually are. And you're faking it until you make it. And that's only giving you a diploma in being phony. I wasn't actually being true to myself. I wasn't being true to other people. And I wasn't showing people who I actually am, the people who cared about me, stop knowing who I was. And that's the the ripple effect, the domino effect of what the human condition looks like, of what happens when you stop trying to be yourself, like you can make other people see you differently, and you lose yourself trying to help them find you. And that's a horrible thing. So how do we stop this? How did I stop it? One word: I'm myself. I walk into every single room unapologetically myself, because God doesn't bless who you pretend to be. He blesses who you actually are. I'm going to be authentically myself for the rest of my life. And I encourage you to do the same. I want you to be unapologetically and authentically you, completely unadulterated, because the best version of you is the real you. Don't ever be the second I'm dropping bars today. Oh my God. Don't ever be the second someone. Please be the first you. That's all I wanted to tell you today. And I know I've been gone for a long time, and I wanted to talk to you about this because this is what I had to work through over the last 11 months. I couldn't come and portray someone who I wasn't actually, and making myself unhappy while doing that. I want you guys to see the real me from now on. I want you guys to experience life as it goes with me, and to know that I'm human. I'm not just everything that you see on social media is carefully curated. It is a highlight reel of people's lives, and that's not what my life is going to be like. I want to share the highs and the lows. I want to show you the behind the scenes of me making music. I want to give you live performances. I want to show you this is the real me, because I've been discovering so much more of myself, and it's taken me a long time to do that. And I'm not sorry about that. I love you, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, this is one of very many candid conversations that I'm pretty sure we're going to be having together. It's something that I wanted to address, something that I wanted to talk about, because I was for damn sure that I am not the only person who's ever felt this before. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. There's other videos on the channel if you want to watch them. Those are mostly like vlogs and films and stuff like that. There's films that should have been posted that have not been posted. That's on me. I deeply apologize for that. But I hope you have a great day. I hope you sleep well. I hope that you stay true to yourself, and that you are unapologetically yourself in every single way. I love you. Subscribe. Enjoyed. Like the video. It helps a lot. And I will see you in the next video.